Welcome to the UCNJ Libraries tutorial on the Translate function in the ProQuest Nursing and Allied Health Premium database. I'm going to walk you through the steps to access this useful tool and show you how it works. It's important to know that not all of us may be native English speakers, so a tool like this one is amazing at providing a bridge to information. To get started, I'm going to draw your attention to the library quick links that are on the top left of the library homepage here. Here you're going to find a lot of really useful links to library resources. Today we're going to go to our A to Z databases page, which is linked right here at databases. So once we click on databases, we'll see our long list of databases that we have access to here at UCNJ Libraries. So as I said, we're going to be searching the Nursing and Allied Health Premium database, and you could find that under the N's. So right here I'm going to select N at the top of the list, and now we're going to see the databases that start with the letter N. So we'll scroll down to find which one we're looking for, and then we're going to go ahead and click on the link. So now that we're at the Nursing and Allied Health Premium database search screen, we're going to type in our topic here in the search box. Today, I'll be looking at meditation. So I hit enter to search, and now we're on our search result page. So for the sake of this tutorial, I won't be going over any of our limiters here on the left-hand side, but these are really great tools that you can use to narrow down your search result page. So I'm going to go ahead and select number 3. This article sounds interesting to me, and we're going to see what functions it has here in the article page. So we can see the title of the article, we have our authors, the journal that it was published in, and then the date. All important information. We have our abstract, which is a summary of this article, and you can find that we have the HTML text here, so this is the full text to this article. We also have access to the PDF, and that can be found on the left-hand side. You may notice this highlighting feature on the top of the screen. This is really great at figuring out how many times your keyword is mentioned in the abstract and the full text. It'll help you decide if this article is relevant. If you find an article that doesn't mention your keyword as much, it may not be as useful to you as one that has it mentioned all throughout. So as we can see, this article is definitely about meditation because it mentions it a lot of times. But say this highlighting is really distracting to you, you are able to hide this highlighting here using this link or button here at the top right. So as you can see, our highlighting is turned back off, and then you could toggle it on and off as you feel is needed as you're working with this article. So that's the highlight feature. And now we're going to look at our main point of this tutorial, which is the translate function. So you can find the translate function right here under the full text heading. So it's just a tiny link, but once you click on it, you're going to get a drop down. And here you'll be able to select the language that you're starting from. So as we can see, this text is in English. So we're going to go ahead and select English, and then we're translating this English text to one of these selections of other languages that we have. There's about 20, and I think it differs depending on the article that you're looking at of how many options you have. But this is a good amount here and really useful. So I'm going to go ahead and select Spanish. So our article will be now translated from English to Spanish. And then to get this translation, you're going to have to select this translate button here. So it did that pretty quickly. Sometimes it'll load for a few seconds, but it usually doesn't take a long time. So first I'm going to note this disclaimer box that pops up right here at the top. This is just to let you know that this function here, the translate function, it is an on-the-fly machine translation. So you may find errors. It is a machine translation, and it's not intended to replace a human translation. Think Google Translate. It may be useful, but it may not be correct or accurate all the time. So just keep that in mind as you're reading through or as you're using this function. If you wanted to learn more, you can click on Show Full Disclaimer. It's going to give you more background information on that. So, after we've clicked Translate, we can see that our text here is now in Spanish. Sometimes if you have a long article, it's not going to translate the whole thing. It'll translate maybe part of it, maybe half of it. That's just to ensure that you get the translation as quick as possible. And then if you run into this situation, there will be a button where you're able to translate the rest of the text, and it'll just take a few more seconds. So as you can see here, here's an example. As it says, this is a longer document, so it will take a while to translate. So once we select Translate All, we're going to let that load, and then now we have that full article. So I'm just going to keep scrolling down and show you one other thing. Here's the reference page. So these are the citations that this article has that they used in their paper. So as we could see, these are also translated to Spanish, which is a really great feature that this does. It doesn't stop at the references. You have these also in Spanish as well, or whatever other language that you've chosen. Okay, so this is our translated article, and that is the translate function on this Nursing and Allied Health Premium database. It's important to note that this function is available in other databases or in other vendors other than ProQuest. EBSCOhost as well has similar features, but they may look a little different. You just want to make sure you're looking for the translate tool, and that'll either be on the side of the article or even within the text like here. If you have any other questions on finding it in another vendor or in another database, let us know and we'll be able to help you locate it. So that's how we'll do the translation for the HTML. It's important to note, like I mentioned earlier, this article does have access to the PDF. I'm going to click on it here and show you what that looks like. So this is the scanned PDF document of this journal article. So it's been scanned from the journal. So as you can see, it's not HTML, and it also cannot be edited in the same way as the HTML can. So the translate function does not work in the PDF of the article. This is great for printing and even saving, but if you want to use those tools, you may not be able to use it on the PDF like this one. So once I click full text, we're back here. And say you're done with this translation and you want to switch back and forth between English and Spanish. If you're not a native English speaker, it may be useful to switch back and forth to get a quick translation. You can undo the translation here right in the same spot as where we begun the translation in the beginning. So when I click undo, you could see we're back at English, and then if you want to go ahead and translate again, you can use these drop downs and select the languages that you'd like to translate to. So that's the translate function, and I'll just point out one thing before I go, and that's going to be on the library homepage. We're back here, and not looking at the library quick links this time, we're going to look at our contact information. So if you ever have a question, we are here for you. We do have a chat service, which is live. You can ask a librarian anything that you need as far as research or any assistance of navigating these databases or using any of our really great library resources. You can ask us this anytime that we are here. If it's after hours, we'll get back to you the next working day. So don't worry, and don't be afraid to ask us even when it's off hours. If you prefer to contact us by telephone, we do have our phone numbers listed here for each of our 3 campus libraries, which you'll be able to visit us and also ask us in-person questions as well. So that'll be the Mackay Library in Cranford, the Kellogg Library in Elizabeth, and the Plainfield Campus Library. And then if you prefer to contact us by email, we do have an email listed here as well. And that concludes my tutorial on the translate function. If you have any questions, let us know, and thanks for watching.